remember our new president, Mr. Prabowo, and the various grand plans he brought at the beginning of his term? Personally, I really appreciate his enthusiasm and strong desire to develop Indonesia. He seems very dedicated to his effort to make this country more advanced and developed. But before we get into the topic, let me introduce myself. My name is Kanaya Aulia Putri, class 19.1C.17. This is my project video. Please listen carefully. At the beginning of his presidency, President Prabowo really focused on infrastructure development. He believed that improving connectivity between regions and increasing investment can strengthen Indonesia's economy. For example, there are plans to build 50 new toll roads across the country. The goal isn't only to facilitate transportation, but also to reduce regional disparities. He also encouraged private companies to get involved, which I think shows his seriousness in improving national development and creating equal opportunities, especially for regions that are often neglected. Now, let's look at the other side. Although President Prabowo's intentions are good, the massive development plans he has proposed have sparked public debate. The public expects transparency, fairness, and development that benefits everyone, not just certain regions or groups. In addition to the Nusantara Capital City Project, (REKN), major projects such as 50 new toll roads, large-scale investment plans, and private sector involvement have raised concern among the public. Some people worry that this project may benefit investors and developed regions more. While these developed regions continue to wait for attention, road that isn't omen. Many people also question whether this development truly meets the basic needs of the community, such as education, employment, and living costs. The highlight the gap between the government's promises and public expectations. So the question is, what should be done? Leading a country as large as Indonesia is clearly not an easy task. As citizens, we must appreciate President Prabowo's good intentions in focusing on building infrastructure to strengthen the economy and connect various regions. This shows a real commitment, not just empty promises from President Prabowo. However, true success isn't only determined by the scale of the project, but also by how much benefit it brings to the community. Public criticism is normal, not rejection. It is a sign that the community cares and expect the government to remain fair and responsive. Gitu. If leadership can balance a grand vision with empathy and a willingness to listen to the aspiration of the people, I'm confident that this project can bring about fair and meaningful progress. I'm confident that this project can bring about fair and meaningful progress. Of course, all of this requires the support of the community in order to be realized together. Let's continue with the present continuous tense. What is the formula? Yes, there are positive, negative, and interrogative sentence. Just like just like the simple present tense, the difference lies in the addition of "ing" at the end of the verb. Okay, what is the present continuous tense used for? It would happening right now. It would happening for a period that includes the present, temporary habits, and changing situation. For example, I could say, the government is building new toll roads across Indonesia. Yaps, build becomes building. The basic example is like this. Also certain is not to is and are not to aren't. Okay, let's talk about how to add in verbs in English. First, the basic rule, we just add we just add ing to the base form of the verb want. For example, work becomes working, or act becomes acting. But there are some special cases. If the verb ends with a single e, we have to drop the e before adding ing. So, give becomes giving, and improve becomes improving. If it ends with double e, we don't drop anything, just add ing. For example, see becomes seeing, and flee becomes fleeing. For short, one syllable verbs that end with a consonant, we double the last consonant, like plan becomes planning. Now, if the verb has more than one syllable, and the stress is on the last syllable, we also double the consonant. For example, begin becomes beginning, begin becomes beginning, prepare becomes preparing, and then verbs ending in L word, if there's only one vowel before the L word, we double it, like quarrel becomes quarreling. Q-U-A-R-R-E-L becomes Q-U-A-R-R-E-L-L-I-N-G. Yes, but if there's are two vowels before L word, we just add in, like reveal becomes revealing, and spelling apps, R-E-V-E-A-L becomes R-E-V-E-A-L I-N-G. Using this rule will help you from correct present continuous sentence. Yes. Using this rule will help you from correct present continuous sentence. Not only the simple present. Okay. Not only in the simple present, adverbs of type are also found in the present continuous tense. Wow! For examples, please look at the screen. I can conclude that President Prabowo's grand vision for developing Indonesia demonstrates his strong commitment to making this country more advanced. Although there are various opinions about how to implement this project, the main goal remains the same: to bring real progress and equitable benefits to all Indonesians. Just as in English grammar, with the present continuous tense describes actions that are happening now or around the present time, Indonesia is also in the process of development and improvement, but require patience, consistency, and the awareness that progress takes time. So, whether we are talking about government or learning tenses, the most important thing is to keep moving forward and never stop improving ourselves in order to achieve our goals. Yes. Thank you for listening and bye bye.